Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Painted Dog TV. Welcome to my last game drive with Painted Dog for now, I suppose. Yeah, it's been an incredible 14 months with all of you and this amazing team, and all the incredible stuff that I've got up to in the last 14 months I'll forever be grateful for. But yeah, we have one last drive together and I'm very excited. 2 hours of pure bliss here on the beautiful Rietspruit Game Reserve, and we have quite the incredible start right here, everybody. Look at it, look at who we've found this afternoon, although they were found this morning. Two of the main characters of my last 14 months. We've had some incredible moments together with these two cats. These are, of course, the two Cheetah males, the brothers here on the Rietspruit Game Reserve, who have got rather plump bellies. I think they must have killed something very early this morning. They were found this morning, as I mentioned, and had fat bellies. They've managed to digest most of what they'd eaten this morning. And they've found themselves a really good spot here, very close to our camp, close to Hace here, in the sicklebush thickets. Some really good shade, and they are just quite content for the time being. Just going to quickly say hello to all of our pack members that have joined us. This, of course, is a pack sponsored drive, and a massive thank you to the pack that have supported us and supported me over the last 14 months. Good afternoon, Brandy. Hello, Mary. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Misguided Guide. Hello, Elsa. Good afternoon, Ashbalicious. Hello, Carol. Lovely to have you with us. Good afternoon, Jan. Hello, Michael. Glad you could be here with me on the last drive, sir. Hello, Ulla. Lovely to have you with me, with us. And welcome to everybody that's with us on the public channel as well. Another beautiful afternoon here on the Rietspruit Game Reserve, and what an absolutely stunning start, everybody. Close-up moment here with the two Cheetah males who are still thriving here on the Rietspruit Game Reserve. Turns out they're actually, coincidentally, very close to where Andrea had a sighting of a female cheetah with her cub. Not too long ago, I believe it was on Tuesday, where the female cheetah had made a kill and her and the cub were seen feeding on the carcass, literally 60 yards from where that happened is where these two cheetah males are resting for today. So cheetah are thriving here. They've obviously had some ups and downs, particularly the females with their cubs. Lost a lot of the cubs to the lions. But just wonderful to see that footage of that female cheetah and her cub, which has grown massive amounts since I last saw it. Mom's doing a great job of keeping that little one safe. I wonder when they last ran into these two males. Maybe that's happened recently, with them having been down here in the southwest corner of the Rietspruit. This guy's clearly got some flies bugging him. Quite a hot afternoon today, about 32 degrees Celsius. We're all sitting in the sun here. A little bit jealous of these two cheetah males being in the shade right now. Just to remind everybody that the keyword for the week is still the same: scoot. for those of you keen on getting your hands on the painted dog image of the week, the keyword is scoot. So please submit that through to Painted Dog TV and we'll send that absolutely beautiful image of the week through to you. I mentioned to Andrew and Joe, who are both with me, everybody, this afternoon that, well, while we're on the way here, I said it wouldn't be impossible that the cheetahs might have moved for water, but they clearly haven't. They're in the exact same spot they were this morning. And it just goes to show that they are not dependent on water. It does certainly help them with the digestion process, and they do drink water, but they're not dependent on it. They don't need to go for it every day like a lot of our herbivores have to do. There's water very close by. There's water here at the camp. Maybe a bit too busy during the day for them to drink there, but there's certainly water at the reservoir, and then there's water down at Mambad Dam, which is only a quarter of a mile from here, but they've obviously chosen to just rest in the shade, not move out in the heat. Stations, I've relocated the 2 male cheetah, still stationary, same position, off western fence line of Blaubank, not far from Huis. Best access is actually off Hoofpad, where the branches dropped just before the gate. Follow the 2-track from there to where the female cheetah had her kill, and just go a little bit further north and west, and you'll find them resting in the shade here. I'm going to be leaving them in the next 5 minutes.
Thanks very much, Gareth. I'm going to first try Riverbed Dam for the price, and then I'll... Oh yeah, thanks.
Copy that.
I'm at the voice from Slit South, and on my way to for the Cheetah.
Copy that, Thibaut. Keep making your way. I'm going to leave them shortly unattended. So as you would have just heard now, everybody, I'm not going to spend too much more time here with these beautiful cats. As much as we love these cheetah, you all know how much I love Leopard. And it being my last drive, I want to focus as much time as possible working my favourite area along the deep Slit River and towards the western fence line to see if we have any luck with Leopard this afternoon. We obviously got spoilt recently with a sighting of, which we now know, almost certain, is the mother of the cubs and a female leopard that was last seen in 2021 on Leopard. Female which was then named at the time the Sunsloot Westbank female. It's quite a name, quite a mouthful. I didn't come up with the name, but it's a fitting name because of where that leopard was seen on a couple of occasions in 2021. And of course we got very lucky a couple of days back and found her again very close to the Antioch drainage line on the western fence line. And you know, almost certain it's the mother of the cubs. I still wonder if she's got those cubs on the neighbouring property. But I would love nothing more than for my last drive to find another leopard. She's not the only leopard that moves through that area. Territory overlaps with the Kudu-Krip 2-3 female, and it kind of makes sense because I've since found out that it is believed that this Sunsloot Westbank female, which we're proposing to change the name to Antioch female, is the mother of those 2 Kudu-Krip youngsters, those 2 young female leopards. And very often these young female leopards do establish territory adjacent to their mothers. So it makes perfect sense. It all sort of comes together now that it's that female, which I found a couple days ago, and the Kudu-Krip 2-3 female that move in relatively similar areas. So we're going to go work that area next, everyone, and see if we have any luck finding my favourite animal.
fast drive, you need to provide a cub.
Andrew's just saying not just a leopard, but a leopard cub would be fitting. Well, never say never. Positive vibes. Put it out there. That would be crazy. Carol, you spell Antioch, A-N-T-I-O-C-H. Still have no idea what Antioch means, but it's obviously the name of the farm. I don't know where the name comes from. But how incredible is that, that it's the first time that leopard has been seen in 3 years, and well over 3 years, because she was last seen February 2021 by one of the Leadwood homeowners. I'm really, really chuffed with that find, and just chuffed to know that that female is still thriving in this area. Obviously has a new litter of cubs. Looks like that cheetah on the right is busy having a very, very vivid dream. I was just shaking there, chasing something while it sleeps. All right, everybody, let's leave these beautiful boys to their sleep. Absolutely fantastic start to our drive this afternoon. But let's head now towards that area that I've just spoken about and see if we have any luck. Bye, boys. Leaving the cheetah males, same position unattended, T-bow en route. So it was just in here on my right, apparently, where the female cheetah and her cub had their kill. And it just shows you, very close to where the males have settled. You never know, they might have settled here because they'd picked up on scent of the female. That's what drew them to this point before they settled down this morning. Andrew.
You know it.
Shot, bud. Just going to quickly pop into Mambad Dam, everybody. We're going past it, might as well go have a quick look, see if anybody's having a drink. I believe the male lions were seen this morning as well, pretty close to where we are on the southern fence line. You say they were full as well. So they've also eaten something, and you never know. They were a bit closer to the water here at Mambad Dam, so we'll just go have a quick look there, see if they've come down there for a drink. They might be sleeping in the shade next to the water. I'm not going to actively search for them, however, everybody. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to focus on my mission this afternoon, but we'll have a quick look. little shout out to one of my best mates, Carl Kiss, incredible man whose birthday we're celebrating today. He always told us when he was younger that he was never going to make it past 36 years of age because of the way that he lives his life, but he's done it. Well done, Carl. Well done, sir. Going to be heading back after drive tonight to go and celebrate the man's birthday. Happy birthday, Carl. Just so happens that this fantastic human being is going to be building mine and Kate's dream house on Leadwood, along with another one of our very close friends, Jared. They're probably sitting right next to each other right now drinking a brandy and coke. So thank you, chaps. We appreciate you agreeing to put up with us while you build our dream home. Oh dear. There was a grey heron there, everybody. Well done, Andrew. You've captured it. Ah, and it's stuck around. Nice. Very nice. Just roll back if I can. Yep. Beautiful grey heron. It's busy stalking the edges of Mambad Dam. Searching pretty much for anything that moves under his feet. They use their feet and their long toes to scuffle in the mud and disturb sleeping frogs, fish that might be resting in the cooler waters near the bottom. As soon as they pick up on that movement, they'll dart that long neck and long, sharp bill into the water and grab their prey. Michael, to answer your question, we have absolutely no idea about that female leopard. So little is known about her. But judging by what I saw when I saw her the other night, I'd say she's quite a mature female. I would guess at least 10 years old, that female leopard. She looks quite mature. Just going to move up, everybody. Hopefully won't spook the heron, but I just want to have a look in the far corner of Mambad Dam here and just make sure those male lions aren't sleeping here. It doesn't look like it. Again, an animal that's not entirely dependent on water. The predators get most of the water their bodies require from the actual meal that they consume. But lovely to see the grey heron. Right, time to go find a leopard. Still very hot, so the leopards won't be active just yet. Well, I say that, that's the general rule of thumb. Sometimes you'll find a leopard moving in 40 degrees Celsius heat, seeking out another leopard, might be hungry, desperate to supply food for its cubs. I've found leopards moving around at the oddest times of the day, but they're of course very clever about it. They stick to the shadows and stick to the shade. They struggle with heat. They don't have sweat glands. Well, they have some sweat glands in their paws, but it's generally why they avoid the heat of the day. That and obviously concealment. So you never know. But generally speaking, it'll probably only be in about an hour's time that the leopards will start moving about, start patrolling their territories, start hunting. So from here, everyone, I'm going to head up to Lemunda and Krip first. Just go have a walk around that little man-made waterhole and see if there's any recent sign of these cats. This time of the day, it's always a good bet for rhino as well, and elephant. Hot day, those big animals do need to drink more regularly than the predators. Sometimes drinking 3 or 4 times a day on a hot day when water is readily accessible. Before we get stuck into another sighting or the leopard search, I do want to make a special thank you to Brent, Charles and VM, who brought me on at Painted Dog TV quite quickly. They trusted me as much as I trusted them, and I thank them for that. I thank them for all the support they've given me in the 14 months and all the fun we've had together. And a massive thanks to Brent, who I've obviously known for a very long time, for exposing me to more of the dirty work, the conservation side of this beautiful world that we live in. You know, unfortunately, when you work at some of the incredible properties that I've worked at, amazing companies that I've worked with, you don't get exposed to the actual conservation work all that much. And I've always been dying to be more hands-on and actually do some hard work and work closely with these wild animals that I've tracked and followed for 14 years and help preserve them, help look after them, save them. Something I'm very proud of. Something I'm very proud to tell Harrison, my son, every day is all the work that I've done with Brent and with the Painted Dog team over the last 14 months. So thanks, chaps. Appreciate it. Who knows, we might still do more work together, because of course I'm going to be living here on this amazing game reserve in exactly 6 months' time. Carl, Jared, I hope you're listening. 6 months. Cannot wait. And another shout out goes to the other characters at Painted Dog TV. People that make it all work behind the scenes. Not that the others don't, but Andrew, Matt, Jana, Brian, Basil. Thank you guys. It's been real. But as we know, we'll still see lots of each other. Hopefully you guys will all come play some paddle and drink some beer with me and come on a game drive with Kate, Harrison and I from time to time. 100%. That sounded bad.
No, it's just the torch.
That Joe's torch.
Yeah.
Joe's apparently scared of the dark, everybody, so she brought an extra torch with her tonight. Oh yes, Mary, I have committed to saying hello when you bump into me on Game Drive. I assure you, you'll get a proper hello when that happens. Just slowly creeping now, everyone, down to the Munduring Crip. Always like to come in slowly in case somebody is here having a drink. Nobody here for the time being. Just quickly going to have a look around the water's edge, everyone, see if anybody's been here. Mostly just general game that have been here today. Some monkeys, baboons. Surprisingly, no rhino. Definitely no cats either. Somebody's apparently calling me on the radio. Go ahead, Tiba.
Yes, at the blue band gate, but don't find to Cheetah.
So go back on Hoofpad towards the reservoir, and just before the clearing you'll see a quarry branch on the side of the road and a clear distinct 2-track going north and west into the block. Just follow that 2-track. So excuse me for a second everybody, I'm just going to quickly mark my territory. Good afternoon, Jennifer. Lovely to have you with us, and thank you for your kind message. Very excited for more time with my wife and son. Poole, we'd love to have you come watch some rugby with us at the paddle courts. You're always welcome.
Table in advance.
Andrew just saying, book a table in advance. Sure. Are we just so grateful for the support we've had in our new business. And yes, Mary, I like the idea of Harrison taking a game drive for all of you in 15 years' time. You'll probably be able to do it before that. Maybe 10 or 11 years' time. You'll certainly know every square inch of this place by then. Right, so no signs back there, everyone. I'm going to drop down into the deep Slit riverbed now, my favourite riverbed, and head towards where the Antioch drainage line meets that riverbed and see if there's any sign of these leopards. Just heard a couple of oxpeckers calling. They must have been in flight there. Before we get into the river, this is still a fantastic area for rhino. And those birds, the oxpeckers, are always associated with rhino, always sitting on them, picking off the ticks and parasites. And their thick hide. But I think those ones were in flight, just flying past us. Some old black rhino tracks here, heading the way we headed. They're not from today, however. Could be from yesterday. Good sign they're heading this way though, you never know. Might find some fresher sign later on in the drive. Some grey go-away birds further up ahead here that are, well, they're giving the call, which is an alarm call, but can often also just be a contact call. You'll see the grey go-away bird now at the top of this, I think it's a leadwood tree here. Yeah, I think they're just contacting each other. I can hear a second bird calling maybe 200 yards away. They make a very similar call when they've spotted a predator. One of my favourite calls, I love that sound. Grey go-away bird. Not very fond of their new name, however. Do prefer the old name, grey lory. Beautiful hairdo. Nice mohawk. Keep a lookout, just see if we don't see any tracks of a predator. You never know. you drive the deep slit this morning? No. Fantastic. Ulla, I see you'll be in Rietspruit soon. Hopefully we'll get to see each other. Michael, 15 years and I'll be 41. And you're worried about that? I'll be 41 in 3 years' time, bud.
What did he say?
He says in 15 years he'll be 41. Sure. Yeah, we're not getting any younger. Yeah, look at this beautiful place, everyone, that we're descending into here. The jungle that surrounds Deep Slit River. Just thinking to myself now, it's been a while since we last saw Kudu Krip 2-3 female. I wonder if it's because her mother has pushed her further east. Her mother might want this stretch, this riverbed, all to herself. Very possible that that's the case and why we haven't seen her. We often find tracks around Kudu Krip and Leopard Dam. Certain that that's her, the Kudu Krip 2-3 female. Wouldn't be surprised if this stretch is now purely the Antioch females' territory.
What's your safety number?
I see lots of you are busy chatting about the mythical leopard that we found all that time back when I first descended into the riverbed here. I still think of that moment every time I come into the deep Slit River here. Certainly had me stumped. Lots of baboons that have been through the riverbed today. Not one of a female leopard's favourite characters to come across, unless they're hunting them in the dark. Baboons pose a big threat to mostly the female leopard's cubs, but even a young, inexperienced female leopard is in trouble. Even male leopards. We've seen footage, incredible footage, of male leopards being mobbed by a big troop of baboons. But female leopards will usually give them a wide berth. It's a baboon. I think I see what you see there, Andrew. Some female leopard tracks here, everyone. Don't know how fresh they are. You can see them here. One here. One here. Heading downstream. Just going to take a short walk and see where she went, because there's a bit of a dead end here. Also just try to get a better idea of how fresh her tracks are. So the tracks aren't very fresh, everybody. The baboons have walked over almost all of her tracks here, maybe yesterday's tracks of this leopard. And she actually left the riverbed just here. She went up this little game path that runs up the side of the bank here. But still a positive sign, means she's been here recently. Keep going along the river, see if there's any other sign of her maybe dropping back down. But the baboon's tracks are fresh. They're from today. And like I say, they've walked all over her tracks.
That's the 2 male lion at the Rietspruit and at the Slit.
Oh, it's really difficult to say, Michael. You know, because we just unfortunately don't see our leopards enough, it's so difficult to guess as to what's been happening. You know, their regular movements, who's more dominant where, how much pressure is put on a particular individual by another. We just don't see the leopards enough to really know the answers to those questions. I could certainly answer those questions a lot better in a place like the Sabi Sand, where I was seeing those leopards almost literally every day. So I knew more about what was going on in their lives. Not so much the case here. Just guesswork. There are some female leopard tracks up there on that back, but going the opposite direction, and again don't look particularly fresh. Tell you what we need this afternoon, everyone, like we had beginning of this week, are some alarm calls. They're the best way for me to find a leopard. Tracks are difficult, unless I find very fresh tracks, of course. But I'm encouraged, obviously, by the signs we've already found today. We know this is an area that she moves in regularly. Might still be both of them moving in this area. And of course you can throw into the mix the male leopards that move through this particular part of the reserve as well.
Guess what I trapped on the drive the other day? Right here.
What?
A cane rat.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Andrew just mentioning that he saw a cane rat just here, a couple of drives back.
Huge.
That's not something you see often. No, they are massive.
Quite scary actually.
Imagine you found one of those in your tent one night.
I'd freak. I would burn my tent. It can go. It's fine. All my belongings can go out as well.
Not so worried about the cane rat. I'm worried about who comes to try and hunt the cane rat.
Fair enough. I mean, if the leopard does, then the leopard can stay.
Oh, tiny baby here. Tiny baby in Nyala, everybody. Oh, that's Mom. Very cute. Just behind Mom there. Beautiful. And definitely a target for the leopards down here on the banks of the Deep Slit River. That's why they come along these banks. It's exactly what they're searching for. Well, these are Nyala. Lovely. There's tracks of this leopard here again, but these tracks of her here are going back that way. Not really. Not very fresh. I'll just pull up a little bit here. You'll be able to see the track quite nicely on the left hand side there. You can see how the tracks are a little bit disturbed. You can see some of the leaves that have fallen into the track. Interesting that we've had tracks of a female now going both directions here in the Deep Slit. So she's been busy down here recently. I would say the freshest set of tracks, however, were the ones that were initially going downstream. Quickly have a look around here. Always a good spot. So she came walking down the Antioch riverbed, everybody. That's this little riverbed that comes to meet the deep Slit here. And I can see that this is where she came from. Need to set up a camera trap here again, Andrew. I'll let you do it another time. But evidently, still a good spot. Tracks of her walking over those rocks towards us here. Yeah, coming down there. This looks like her here as well. Very busy down here. Some scat here. It smells quite fresh. Of a female leopard. Because that first set of tracks over there are old, where she came down the Antioch riverbed. This is this afternoon. Yeah, maybe this morning. A bit harder than I initially thought. Whew. It's got some stank to it, that scat. I'm just going to follow these tracks back here, everybody. There's now clearly two different sets of tracks of a female leopard heading south. I just want to make sure that I get the right set of tracks and just figure out where she turned back here, this female. Because this is from this morning. And she's come off a kill. Judging by the consistency of the scat, you can see it's not perfect individual segments. This is quite runny and it's all clumped together. So, and because of the very strong smell, I'd say that this leopard's come off a kill somewhere up there. She's headed that way. Perhaps towards Lemundur Krip for water, or maybe even Seskant Krip, which is now up here. But excuse me for a moment while I just quickly backtrack and see where this leopard went with this set of tracks here. Sorry everybody, that took a little bit longer than expected. This leopard was up and down in this area here. So she actually went up this bank here in front of me, and she scent marked on that quarry bush just next to the game path there, right there. She laid down some scent up against that tree and then turned around and came back down the bank into the river. So initially I thought this is where she'd left the river and was going up again along the Antioch riverbed, but she didn't. She came back down and then she walked up over this hill and left the riverbed where I saw those tracks up there. So she's still heading south. She hasn't turned west again towards the river, but I'm going to go west regardless. So I just want to check to see if there's any further sign of her heading west, a little bit further down, and then we'll come back towards the Deep Slit River here. She might be heading towards Lamunda and Krip. So we want to stick to this area, everybody. As I mentioned, pretty soon now is when she might get active again. These tracks this morning. Hopefully she'll get active soon and we might get lucky and hear some alarm calls. It appears there was a hyena trailing her as well. Looked like a young, well I say young, maybe like a 2-year-old spotted hyena that was trailing her here as well. Lots of baboon and monkey tracks here. But all very promising, everybody. These tracks are all fresh. Good afternoon, Judith. Lovely to have you with us. Glad you could join us. We're busy tracking a female leopard, who I'm quite certain is the same female I saw earlier this week. We didn't see her too far from here. Pretty sure it's the same cat. Tell you what, it's moments like these where I so wish I had a tracker. I'm not allowed to leave the car for long enough, Andrew. So, if I had a tracker, everybody, I'd have given that tracker a handheld radio and asked him or her to continue following the leopard's tracks back there and keep me updated as to its movements, and we could just keep moving around hoping to pick up on alarm calls or further tracks. It certainly makes the process a lot easier. Because for us now, it just becomes guesswork. Going on a hunch. And like I say, hoping for those alarm calls. They'll help me a lot. Maybe we'll get lucky again tonight. But regardless, it's just so beautiful, this stretch. So it's this point just up ahead here that I was most keen on checking. It was here that I found her tracks the last time, beginning of this week. And then we later on had the Inyala barking and Impala alarm calling, which led us to this leopard. I just wanted to see if she didn't come back up this way again today, heading towards the fence line. She didn't come through here today. Hold on to your kidneys, guys.
Ready for the sound effects. Nice.
There's also quite a lot of fresh porcupine tracks in this area. So I'd love to show all of you a porcupine this evening. One thing that does concern me in our hopes of finding this leopard tonight are all these fresh baboon tracks in this area. They might have sniffed her out today. I still think she was sleeping somewhere near the Deep Slit River today. Because of that fresh scat that I found, I don't think she would have got too far. But the baboons may have flushed her, may have found her, spooked her, and she moved on. Doesn't look like she came up this way. Just the baboons. Just going to pause here for a couple of minutes, everybody, and see if I don't get lucky with any of those alarm calls. Perfect spot to enjoy a bit of this beautiful sunset that's busy happening right now. We drove past quite a few nyala down in the riverbed, just feeding on the banks. I'm really hoping that one of those nyala might spot this leopard on the move this evening. Fork-tailed drongo just chatting away here.
I'm leaving the female cheetahs unattended. Quickly forward sundowner.
All quiet. For now. My gut tells me she's still on the other side of the riverbed here, the eastern side of the Deep Slit River. So I'm going to head back into the river, everyone. Just go sit there again and listen. whilst we sit here and listen. Just going to take a walk up the bank, see if I can find tracks of her potentially going further south. No tracks up there, sadly. Last tracks we had of her heading south on the eastern bank was maybe 500 yards downstream from here, that away. I still think we're pretty close to her though. So maybe what we'll do next is we'll just go up onto the ridge and go and sit and listen there for another 5 minutes, everybody, where we get an absolutely gorgeous view of the Drakensberg Mountains with that sun that's just set there. See if we don't hear anything up there. Might also get lucky with a rhino out of the riverbed up on the ridge here. Thanks very much, Jen. Thanks for joining. Not just this drive, but all of my drives. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Kevin getting mobile in the update. Afternoon, Kevin. Two updates. My line still on the same study this morning, as well as the Cheetah. One station on locked with the Cheetah currently, and Leopard around 12 o'clock today near the script. It looks like they were heading north from the script. And yeah, there's all the stations on the run. Thanks, sir. Thanks, Penny. I'm not going to follow up.
Thank you.
There's a branch on Cheetah on as you get into that eroded area near Cheetah. We didn't want to put the far onto the Binoculars, Brent, spoken by Gareth.
Just gone past the spot where we are going to stop shortly, everybody. Sit and listen for a while, but I just wanted to quickly check this road. This is relatively close to where I last had tracks of this leopard. Hippo calf tracks here from last night. Right, let's just pull in here, everybody, and sit and listen for a while with this amazing view. It's definitely the right time for leopard. We just need her to either call or her to bump into somebody else. We'll sound the alarm call. Not a bad view though while we sit and wait. Michael, I see you've asked the question, what would you say has been something you learned about yourself since being at Painted Dog TV? Sure, it's a good question. believe we just had some gremlins there, everybody. But I think all is fine. Everything has been fixed. Sadly, the bush is very quiet tonight. Leopard's doing a great job of hiding itself. It's just lovely though, sitting here. Peace and quiet. A couple of arrow-marked babblers for company behind us, chatting away. We are certainly spoilt with the most amazing view, or views, here on the Rietspruit. And as my time comes to an end here, you know, I just think to myself how grateful I am that I will now have this view permanently. And this peace and quiet. Once Kate and I have built our home, thank you also. It's been my pleasure sharing this time with all of you. Thank you, Mary. You will definitely see me around. It's not goodbye forever, that's for sure. It's incredible how quiet it is tonight. Thank you, Ulla. Yeah, we'll definitely see you in Hoedspruit soon. Let us know when you arrive. Thanks very much, Michael. I truly do appreciate the time we've spent together. Hopefully you and I will meet one day when you come out here. So it wasn't meant to be, everybody, to see one last leopard together. But I'm just so grateful we found that leopard. Soon to be, hopefully soon to be called the Antioch female. Really grateful that we had that moment together beginning of the week. But it's certainly been an absolutely beautiful afternoon. Starting, of course, with those stunning cheetah boys. And exciting tracking this leopard along the banks of the Deep Slit River. Won't be the last time I'm doing that. But it might be the last time I'm doing it with all of you for a while. Thanks for all the support, everybody, over the last 14 months, all the kind messages, all the fun, all the laughs, some incredible sightings, absolutely incredible sightings. Just, my mind boggles at some of the stuff we've seen together in the last 14 months. And I hope you all stay tuned to Painted Dog TV, which is only going to just keep growing, keep providing incredible moments like that. And yeah, I look forward to hopefully seeing some of you here in town, hopefully bumping into you on a game drive or two. But for now, it's time for me to say goodbye. Thanks very much, everybody. Look after yourselves and keep well. Look at that. Wow. Everybody, we have found a leopard. Damn cool. Really damn cool. There, I can see the calf moving. Yes! Small journey of giraffe. Yes, man. Fresh female leopard tracks right here, everybody.
You just got that.
This is ridiculous. Look, here comes the other lioness. For now, we're going to say goodbye. Have a lovely day, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.